Amara told herself she would not think about Eli Voss. She thought about him every day for a week. It wasn't just his face, though that alone was the kind of face that demanded attention. It was the way he'd said, "I was noticing you," like it was a fact, like it was harmless, and yet it had lodged itself somewhere in her chest like a splinter she couldn't reach. She went back to her routine. Work, home, groceries on Saturdays. She did not go back to the bookstore. On the 8th day, she saw him at her coffee shop. He was sitting at a corner table reading, and he looked up the moment she walked in, as though he'd heard her from outside through the noise and the music and the thick glass door. He didn't wave. He didn't smile. He just looked at her with those storm gray eyes like he'd been expecting her. Amara ordered her coffee, considered leaving, and then, against everything her survival instincts were screaming, walked to his table. "Do you follow people?" she asked. "No," he said. "I've been coming here for 2 years." "Before you," he turned his book over. She saw the title, The History of Unseen Things. "Do you believe in patterns?" he asked. "What kind of patterns?" "The kind that aren't coincidences." She sat down. She didn't know why. Later she would think about that moment, the moment she chose to sit, and wonder if she'd ever had a choice at all. They talked for 2 hours. Eli was careful the way old buildings are careful, solid, deliberate, no unnecessary decoration. He answered questions without giving away anything. He asked questions that were too precise, like he was confirming things he already knew rather than discovering them. At one point he asked her if she'd grown up in the city, and when she said no, he said, "Georgia. Small town. Before your mother moved north when you were 9. Amara went still. "I didn't tell you that." "No," he said simply. "You didn't." The silence between them stretched like a wire pulled tight. "How do you know that?" she asked. He looked at her for a long moment. "There are things I know about you, Amara. Things I shouldn't know by any normal explanation. And I think part of you already knows that something is different about me." He paused. "I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm also not going to tell you everything tonight. Not because I want to keep secrets, because some things need to be heard slowly or they break people." She should have left. She knew she should have left. "Are you dangerous?" she asked. Something moved in his eyes. Not evasion. Something older, sadder. "Not to you," he said. "Never to you." She went home that night and did not sleep. She pulled out an old journal, one she'd started after Jerome died, and wrote down everything she could remember about the 3 deaths. She had done this before, in darker times, building her own private case file like, if she understood the pattern, she could undo it. David, Marcus, Jerome, 3 men, 3 different accidents, all within months of becoming close to her. She wrote one more name at the bottom of the page, and then stared at it for a long time. Eli Voss. She drew a small box around it. Not a cross, not a question mark, just a box, like she was keeping him separate, keeping him safe inside the boundary of something she didn't yet understand. That night, a new dream. She was standing in a hallway she didn't recognize, long and dark with doors on either side, all of them sealed shut. At the end of the hallway stood the shadow, but it wasn't just a shape now. It had form, height, the suggestion of a face still obscured by darkness. And beside it, inside it, almost like the shadow was wearing it as a coat, was the silhouette of a man. Tall, dark-haired, a thin silver ring on his index finger. Amara woke up gasping. The clock read 3:00 a.m. exactly. She sat up, reached for her phone. She didn't know Eli's number. She had nothing to reach him with. She just sat in the dark, breathing. And then slowly, she opened her journal again and drew a second box around his name. Then a third, as if borders could protect him from whatever was coming. He knew where she was from. He knew things he shouldn't know. And in her dream, The same dream that appeared every time a man got close to her. Eli Voss was standing inside the shadow itself. So here is tonight's question. The one I need you to think about. Is Eli Voss a man who is in danger from the curse? Or is Eli Voss the reason the curse exists in the first place? Drop your answer in the comments right now. I read every single one. And don't forget to like and share this episode. Episode 3 is coming, and in it, Amara finds something in Eli's apartment that should be impossible. Something that has her name on it. Something that is very, very old. Subscribe so you don't miss it.